What up, Mr. Random? Maybe that's better there. That point, I think that's pretty good. Okay. You know, just boxing up your unis. I've actually still got to white box those and send out the newsletter. Let me grab this link and post it on the Patreon page real quick. It'd be nice if I could just stream directly over there, right? Goodness. What up, ninjas? Unicorn boxing. There we go. Yes, I can't wait for you guys to get them. This was I forgot my trash can down outside. A little bit of a slower process, but it's because it's the biggest batch I had done. It was to catch up from a prior. Well, I had the final 10, and then I had like 6 or so left, and then I added in a couple of those mystery customs. So it was the biggest batch. It was like a double-sized batch. So usually they're a bit quicker. This next batch will be quicker. There's only 12 coming through strong. I know Georgie's hitting up the... Georgie. Is it Georgie? I always pronounce it with a little more gorgy. Georgie. But I know he's hitting up the golf course for the holiday weekend. I don't think I'm going to be able to, which is highly disappointing. I got all the kids tomorrow since Jonah doesn't have school. Then we're going to the high school football game. Saturday, well, actually, so tomorrow's our anniversary, me and my wife. Saturday, my mom's going to take the kids camping in her backyard. So we will go to dinner probably. And we have football for Jonah, flag football in the morning. Sunday, I don't know. Just feel like I can't just leave the wife. Then Monday, we're going to the lake or the pool. Yeah, maybe I can squeeze a range session. Quick bucket and some putts. Brandon, how you doing? Brandon's ready for the fantasy draft. We might have to move Monday morning yo-yo over to Tuesday morning yo-yo so we can discuss the matchups. Well, I can discuss the matchups. Three tee times? Nice. I usually play once during the week, but so next week the kid's babysitter's out of town, so maybe Friday. But I'd like to get a range session before Friday, because Friday my chances at Firestone. My neighbor down the road's a member there. You might know Firestone from years past. They do the senior tour there now. It's in Akron, Ohio. But Firestone, they used to do, what was it? World Golf Championship or something? G2HQ Fantasy Football Update. Monday morning yo-yo is just too good. It's been around for years. It has the perfect Monday morning. You know what I mean? It may or may not have been copied by one of your second favorite yo-yo companies. No, I am not a member at a club. We actually have a pretty cheap one that's right down the road, but it's not really in the cards until I can get these kids, I don't know, out the road. So if I worked more to pay for the club, then I wouldn't be able to go use the club. Yeah, I got you. I think I'll still be able to do the Monday morning yo-yo and I'll probably include the fantasy stuff. And I'll be able to say matchups to look for tonight. We have a local club that's really cheap, $3,500. If you don't know golf, $3,500 is pretty cheap for a private club, which I could probably golf enough. The nicest thing about a private club is you don't have the tee times and waiting on people usually, because a lot of time people are members of those clubs for the social aspect, not the golfing aspect, and would be there just for the golfing aspect. But I did the math, and I think I spend like less than $1,000 a year on golf, so it was hard to justify joining that club, even though it's pretty reasonable. Yeah, see, like 48, the issue there, unless, so it's nice if that waiting list keeps the population down low enough that you're never bogged down and you can bust through on those 3-hour rounds. Because there's a value to be had getting 3-hour rounds versus 4.5. But I'm just a public kid, which is fine. More variety. And I found, I haven't gone to any games yet. I found a local Facebook page. I'm probably not getting shown all the posts. That to just whoever wants to show up and play skins. So that would be fun. That's kind of what you a little bit extra you get with the club is you get to play those competitive games. I do a lot of walking. Well, maybe this turned into the golf assembly stream, but I do a lot of walking, so most of my rounds are like $30. folded my Afterlife shirt today or yesterday. That's just a solid logo. I need an Afterlife hoodie. Just clean. You can wear that. Nobody knows it's a yo-yo. My trash can's still down here. I like golf talk. Someone else will chime in if they got something they want to chat about. I got the real camera hooked up today. Even though it's a short stream, I got bus pickup and shoot. I better test some elites real quick because I did promise that. But I got about 25 minutes until the bus comes. Gotta go down to the bus stop. Thank you. Just had my eyebrows done. That's not a real thing. I know you were talking about the yo-yo. Afterlife going to be a what? A big drop? Oh, they're 19 past QC, so shut up. Okay. She gonna pay her? I said she gonna pay her? I mean, I know it wasn't a big deal, but then she's off next week, so that way nobody forgets. Okay. Bye. What am I doing here? So Tori, well, there is the good news here is so Unicorn Storm is a highly sought after colorway on an Afterlife, so I think it should be a pretty pretty solid drop, pretty quick. But we are going to be doing those Unicorn Storm respawn lights with it too. So I think those will be around for a while. So kind of a win-win. But Tori, mostly what I wanted to know is what do you got for this 5-day weekend, my friend? I'm glad you're getting some chilling in there. There's got to be a little bit of shed work, it sounds like, but a little bit of chilling, that's good. A little bit of fantasy research. I'm excited for the league, and you guys need to talk me out of making an oval-shaped yo-yo that spins terribly, but it's in the shape of a yo-yo. The shape of a football. Sorry. All right, let me run a couple of these elites. They will be, you'll see the extras posted on the Patreon page. So these are going to go out as a shipment, but the extras will be posted there as well. So this first one up here, it's the least of the contrasty. The green is really close in shade. So really, it pretty much looks like the same color unless you really can hone in on it. It is directly the opposite of that Afterlife I've been playing. Sip some apple old fashions. No, I've never heard of that. I'm curious about that. I'll be hitting up the Discord. Oh, no. me give you the final weight. You know you have a designed weight, but it's not always dead on. 59.66. So definitely have had heard of like the hard apple cider, but an apple old fashioned. Yeah, Nappy, do you know the origin story of the Elite? Hard apple cider. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Elite is, oh man, I don't even know how old they're old. But when bimetals were first becoming popular, the standard weight for a yo-yo was like 66 to 67 grams. And then bimetals were coming out and they were still weighing 66-ish grams. And to me, that didn't make sense because part of the reason you could go to a bimetal, for me, but I like lighter yo-yos, so keep that in mind. But so basically, you could go like this, sub 60, and still plenty of performance, more than you're going to need. And it was fun to have a light throw that actually utilized the stainless steel rims, in my opinion. Now that's changed quite a bit as machining continues to get better. But that was the original Elite. The point was to put some beef on those stainless steel rims and take down the weight overall. So while the weight went down, it still had a higher MOI, and it still played like a heavier, more rim-weighted yo-yo. The Reaper took 7 prototypes. I'm really not sure why. Seven prototypes, multiple machine shops. There's plenty of colorways I wanted to do that just don't work or are not cost effective. No, definitely not as light as the GBP or the SL1000. This is still performance based. It's just light and fast. Where the GBP, it's very light. It can't really quite perform up to these levels. And the GBP had some major limitations on the design, which you'll see that the SL1000 fixes. The GBP, while going light, I had to keep that same size and shape as the campaigns to keep it in that family. So that really limited a little bit of what I could do design-wise and how it could play. So that's why it's really not a performance yo-yo. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't had a GBP, there's a lot out there. I would highly suggest it. I'm a big fan. What up, Andrew? I'll just stack your pay. It's all right. No, so this is something I like to do, especially on this, and you'll see the SF1000 has it as well. I have the aluminum wrap. So that was the gap. Here, Andrew. I didn't notice that, but I love the cup on this. Overall, super happy with the results here. Brass E23 a possibility? Yeah, we'll have likely run through the gambit. So some point next year you can expect to see a foundry version, which is our gray with brass rims. It's basically a must at this point. People love it. I love it. There's a glitcheroonie. All right, I got about 4 minutes. I'm going to show you guys another color. So here we have the Pacific Fade, but it's the opposite fade. This is the difference I was hoping to get in the other greens and I didn't quite get. But that light might be a little bit too bright too, but you can see it's a little bit lighter blue and you turn in and it's a little darker, richer blue. You can kind of see the fade right by the rims. But the reason I did those two tones is because the fade going into the cup gets covered up by the rims. So it's pretty fun. The Foundry family. Alright, I don't really have time to test these, but I am going to show you the third and final option, which you guys saw, but so the third option is the most drastic change. You'll see some of the fading in the cup because the purple goes over top of the pink, so there's some pink under it. You kind of see it right there. That's a pretty good example of that fading you can see in the cup. But the drastic fade is covered up by the rim. The Arbiter X definitely has a lot more rim weight to it. This has a lot more speed and agility. For the Arbiter X, that momentum just carries it through and does not stop. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go get Joan off the bus. Those claims will be posted soon, and then extras will be over there. But thanks for tuning in. Unicorn Storm drop 6 p.m. Friday. Don't miss it.